So welcome, welcome. We are on the half moon on October 29th, and these calls are to put our heart's intention into holding harmony and balance in the field between the new and the full moon, and to strengthen the heart coherence field so the new little flowers can bloom and the new little ones can grow. And especially now there's so much chaos, so much unknown, and we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring, but we can hold this heart coherence field stable, and that will help us through it. Wherever we are, connected with each other, it'll strengthen every time we add our heart to it. So it's exciting. Oh, hello, Betty Jane. Welcome.
Nice name. What's it over here? Hello.
Hello. Just so you know, we are recording. And
That's
so
fine.
my intention here is that we will go around the circle and each of us share a little bit about where we are in the moment and what our connection to the half moon might be, if you have one. And then we'll do some breathing and go into the silence for a little while. And then as we feel to come out, we'll come out and share. And if we're still in silence and someone feels they have a sharing, share it. And I believe we're all wise women here. And if you need to take the floor, you are welcome to step up and take the floor. I'm not in charge. I'm facilitating our gathering. So that's how I'm moving to do all of the circles, is if someone has something that is impelling upon them, that they just step up and speak it. So um, for my own self, I drew a couple of cards this morning from the goddess deck and that I have. And the first one I drew was Isis. And I thought that was pretty appropriate considering the energies that we're all in right now.
Yes.
The message says, trust your higher self. The Egyptian mother goddess guides you to awaken the magic within yourself, tap into the power of intuition and the ability to heal and nurture others. Trust in your inner wisdom and higher self, just as Isis resurrected her beloved Osiris. You have the power to transform and rise from life's challenges. This is exactly what we're being called to do right now. And then a second card came, and her name is Mokosh. I don't know if you can see
Uh-huh.
that.
Is
Nurture
that
your soul. What?
where does he come from? Is he Eastern European
The
or?
Slavic goddess. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's Slavic.
sounds like it. Yeah.
Of earth extends her nurturing arms to guide you as you rekindle your bond with nature. Remember that by tending to the earth, you are nurturing your own soul. Your efforts ripple outward, impacting the harmony of the entire planet. Find solace and purpose in this sacred connection. That's, to me, that's just perfect for holding this call and this purpose. And one more thing is, I I've been with Guardians this morning that Susan Meeker Lowry created. My sinuses were kind of stuffy, and I've been just healing and transforming and upgrading my frequency with it. So thank you very much, Susan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
What were you using? I didn't catch that one.
it's called Guardians, and it's an anointing oil that Susan created.
Okay.
And it's tree essences to help us remember that we are guardians with the trees. And you might
Oh,
want to say something about that, Susan, since you brought it through.
Yeah. Do you want me to do that now or are you
I'm complete. You can do
okay?
that, and then we'll go around the circle. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, I'm Susan Meeker Lowry and I'm in Duanesburg, New York. And I just felt called to be on this. I this morning when it came through my Facebook feed, and I just thought, I needed to be here. I feel that the more circles we can have right now, for all the reasons that Mayana just said, the chaos especially, the better. And the Guardians is an anointing oil that I created. Basically, I make natural perfumes, and for the past couple of years, I've been focusing on anointing oils that are basically downloaded or given to me as assignments, not the ingredients, but the name and the purpose. And they seem to be um, coming in quite well, actually. But the Guardians was given to me by the trees. The trees that I have hung out with in my life, the big elder trees in the Pacific Northwest, the old growth, the white pines I grew up with, the huge hemlocks that are now endangered, and to create this oil that smells beautiful, and that has some ingredients in it that I made myself from resins that I collected from white pine and spruce tips and stuff like that. Um, and then the trees told me after it was created that they wanted me to get it out to as many people who love trees as possible. And and so I came up with a sliding scale idea. And what I'm going to end up doing is having a circle to talk about the experiences that because there's something different and special about this oil, even more than the other ones that I've created that people have like really loved. This one has a real essence and energy and voice and purpose in the world. And it seems so strange to say that, but that's really what I feel. And so that's what Mayana is talking about, and that's kind of like my thing right now. So that's that's where I'm at. I'm complete.
Thank you. And whoever wants to go next, go next.
I don't know who else is there. There's many of us.
We are five.
Okay. Can I go next?
You may, please do.
Okay. Do you know her?
Yes.
Yes.
I was there this Monday. She was here in Finland.
Mm.
Mother Amma. She was here Sunday and Monday, and I went to see her, and I received a mantra and a hug from her. I just really I felt like I needed to, because I've been practicing pretty much Buddhism, and I've been focusing into goddess energy, and I think she carries it right now in the earth, the way she goes round.
Mm-hmm.
So it was wonderful because, she had hugged 40 million people. And when you think about that chain, being and hugging her, and, it was just very beautiful to be in there and meet all the people. I know some of the people from Finland who are really close to her, but I met her before, but this time it was more meaningful because, well, she does, we did a peace meditation, and she also talks about the nature very much. She's very connected into nature, and she's, bringing this idea of, peace around the earth right now. And she's a female who I think her energy is very strong, and people are connected to her. So it was very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank
I was over there.
you.
So So it's wonderful to meet strong women, from all
Yeah.
around the world. Yeah, I'm Mirja, and Nolan, and I live in Helsinki, Finland. So right now, when we start talking, it is 9 p.m. over here, and we already went into winter time last past weekend. So And next time when I don't know when in States, when I don't remember when you go into the
Neither do I.
maybe next weekend.
This coming
Yeah. So
Sunday.
then it's going to be a little bit
Oh.
more difficult. It's coming, right? Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
right now I'm still kind of awake here, 9 p.m., but then 10 p.m. I'm start kind of going in the other side. Yeah. So I try to, connect, but yeah. Yeah. So that was wonderful. It was very healing, because Finland is right next to Russia, and we can feel the war. War is not in our country, but it is very much, affecting our economics over here, and affecting also the feeling in here, because the border has been closed for 2 years almost now between, and we have the longest border. The longest border is between Ukraine and Russia, but we have the second longest border, very, very long border with Russia, and yeah, it's very sad, because like my father came from St. Petersburg after the revolution, so many of us are connected, and Finland used to belong to Russia before we got our independence in 1918, and after that we were in a war with them in 1940s, but they didn't invade us. They didn't. They took some of our land, about I think about a fifth of Finland. They took in that war, but after that we've been living in peace with them, and then Ukraine happened now, and it's affecting us a lot. I talk about this every time. But it is. But I follow I used to live in California, so I follow, the Trump, and my family lives in Hawaii, so my grandchildren and my daughter, so yeah. So I follow what's happening over there too.
It affects us
Okay.
all for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these times are really,
Yeah. Big hugs.
I don't know what's happening here sometimes.
Mm.
I love Michelle Telfer has been saying it's time for a call to arms, not the war, but
Yeah.
grandmother's arms. It's time to gather in all the littles and hold our arms together. And that's what we're doing here.
Mhm.
So, are you complete,
Thank,
Maria?
yeah, I'm complete. Thank you.
Okay. BJ or Kalina, are you ready? Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Kalina. So I'm in Canada. I live about 4 hours away from Toronto, and I've been very busy with magazines and my children, and very busy just taking care of ourselves. And it's I'm having a lot of fun, but it's sometimes gets so busy, right? And I need time for myself too. So I thought, oh, I'm going to get on the call. I need to get in a circle. So today I thought, I want to do this, right? And find out about the full moon, right? And about what's going on, because all this energy, there's a lot of whatever it is, the energy that's around all of us, mentally, physically. It's doing things on our body, on our brains, in situations at home,
Yeah.
with my kids, with my siblings. It seems like it's just one thing on top of another. And it doesn't seem to, excuse me, give us time just to settle before something else comes up. And I'm the oldest of 8 kids, so there's lots of stuff going on all the time, right? And then with grandkids, and so, but I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. I'm so thankful for this community, for all of my sisters here. I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this, Mariana. We are blessed. I really feel we are blessed that we've got this community. And I'm just so happy to be here. And so I haven't listened to any of your other recordings. I'd like to find out a little bit more about. I didn't even really know what we're talking about. With the full moon, I know about the energy. I've heard lots of people say they change, they feel different with the
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I got a little bit of.
Yeah, the half moon is like in between. People have their new and full moon ceremonies they've been doing for years in their homes and in their communities. And I've been guided that the half moon is where we could gather online and just to hold steady for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So, BJ, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm from Troy, Michigan. I'm 82, a grandmother of 7, and a great grandmother of 2 girls, 10 and 12. And this is the first time I've been involved in a circle. I I have I'm connected with the Facebook um, Global Grandmothers network. Um, uh, where I am uh, spiritually is probably more to say an edge walker. And I really think the what's happening in the world is opportunity um, for us to change our hearts, change direction that we're going in, that that just benefits the rich and hurts everyone else. So um, my heart is heavy with all that is happening. However, I I think our presence, each of our presence, is very important. This is an important time to be alive and well and sharing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm here.
It surely is. Oh, thank you for being here. And we are 5, which is a grand number of transformation and freedom, and I like that. I did, before we breathe and go into the silence, I just want to um, kudos to Kalina because the magazine is getting better every month. This next one that's going to come out probably today or tomorrow is so beautiful. Becky Big Canoe is featured on it, and it's just really, really wonderful that work that Kalina is doing. So much work. And we do look forward to the time when we can post each article independently of the whole magazine. And I'm really working on getting technology people to help me figure all this stuff out. So that's that. What, Kalina?
No, just thank you so much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yes, and some people want real magazines, not just online, right? I had somebody say that they want it printed out, so we figure that out. Right?
Yeah, we're looking into print on demand and becoming a little publishing company for our grandmothers to publish their work all through the same outlet. So we're working on a lot of things happening in the
Got lots of
background.
things going on.
Okay. Well, let's just center into ourselves and become aware of our breath. My nose is a little stuffy, so if you really hear me breathe, you'll So we'll breathe in to the count of 4 and hold to the count of 4 and release to the count of 8. So breath in, hold, out. Breath in. Hold. And breath out. One more. In. Hold. Out. Just relax into your breath and breathe normally. Feel your center. The center of your being and the root of your heart is where we want to put our attention. Behind the sternum, just breathe into that space for a minute. Feel it. And then we're just going to enter the silence for a few minutes. I'll bring us out when I feel the time is right, unless one of you bring us out first with a message. Well, my nose pulled me out.
Okay.
Hi, Carrie. Welcome. We were just in the silence for a bit.
Okay.
I really felt the trees, Susan. I felt the sun shining on the very tip-top leaves, making them gold, and the sun reflecting on them. Does anybody have anything they'd like to share?
I felt the trees very much too. I got really connected when I was living in California with the redwood trees over there. And I really felt the trees really strongly. And also tree eye atlas, I felt like I got a message is like a scout, but it's bringing new energy. And all the ones would have come from the other, well, all the comets are also comets are bringing new energy into the world and into our world, but they are really scouting and also bringing their energy for us. And I really felt the Arcturians behind me after that.
Interesting.
I, yeah, I'm being connected to them, and it really felt good. Very beautiful meditation. I felt all of you. You are so far away, but I was like, we're in the same space, you know. Thank you, Mariana. Very beautiful.
You know, we used to have to spend a long time in the silence, but things happen
Yeah.
faster now.
Oh, yeah.
A lot can come through quickly.
Yeah, but very deep. Thank you.
Mhm.
Wanted to say, I've been for almost a week with my kids,
Helena, can you turn your sound up?
let me see, how do we do this again?
Uh,
Speakers,
um, the little
auto setup,
arrow by the audio.
audio. Is that any better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. No, I was just saying, I've been at my kids' place for the last 3, 4 days, right? A couple of days with my son and with my daughter, and just having this time of quietness. I just felt like, Miranda, this shawl you have, I've got some like this over here. And I could just envision myself putting that around and bringing each of my grandchild and just to me, holding them, hugging them, and praying with them and letting them go and bring the next one and then the next one and holding them. Just recently, well, we've just gone through a period of time. My nephew, he committed suicide, right, when he was 16, and it's been 10 years already. But you know how close and how many memories and different times I see someone like him, and it's like, it's so sad. It's just, I feel sad. But just, I could feel the warmth and the love and the memories in that moment. Thank you, Maya.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. BJ or Susan, do you have anything to share, or Carrie? No, I don't know when you came in, Carrie, if you were.
Just a moment ago.
Okay.
I was just feeling the good energy of the five of us, and then when Carrie came, I've just it just felt the energy was uh, healing and good, and um, like I said, my heart is heavy for a lot of reasons, and it just felt good to be in this energy. Yes.
You know, we did. Oh, go ahead, Susan.
I was at first I was connected with all of our energy because I realized that that's what we can do together is where it's at. And then I was with the trees. uh, and ones that I have been with. And it's interesting you mentioned the redwoods because the redwoods, this big, huge redwood, was the first tree that actually gave me a message when I started my work in the world in like I think it was like 1980 four-ish around there. And so there is redwood energy. Even if there isn't, it's just that's all part of it. Because the elders, they are all communicating just like we are. So, so that's where I was at.
Yeah, I've been really, really deeply with this idea of guardians. And when when Susan was given the instruction to create this was at the same time that we started working with Grandmother Flor Mayo and Guardians of the Sacred. And then yesterday we had Guardians of the Gateway, which is the gateway that we're going through astrologically and with Three Eye Atlas and just feeling all of the energies. We met yesterday with the Galactic Grandmothers of Mu, and it was really interesting. I had a conversation. Renya wasn't able to join us, but she privately later we had some communication, and we had a light language call and response in the event. And she said, "Yeah, I used to do that like 30 years ago, but I had to get really in my body." And I can relate to that, that we have to really be in our bodies. I used to be way out in the stars. I was way, way out there. What energies are coming to Earth and what do we need to know? But then I learned that I had to really embody it. It wasn't about going out there and getting it, although that can be important. But if I'm not grounded here and in my body and taking care of my body fully, it doesn't do any good. The messages can't be grounded and solidified into change. So we had some conversations about that, and in this harmony and balance, it's our bodies that have to stay in harmony, and our bodies that need to balance that in there, out here, down here, up there, in, out, around, about, all of that has to harmonize. And it's not always about balance because balance is, holding steady. And I always think about a teeter-totter, oh, sure, it's all fun when you can make it stay steady for a minute, but you don't want to stay that way. You want to go up and down. That's the fun of it. And the harmony is the waves and the alto and the tenor and the bass and the soprano, all the others mixed in and all the instruments. That's what we are doing in our own individual selves and then weaving those things together into a symphony and a creation for the world, or sewing it or knitting it or however weaving it, however we want to look at that. Coming here together and bringing our hearts together makes a little flower on the quilt, or it makes a little melody in the symphony. What a beautiful, beautiful group.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone else have anything to share? Anything coming through?
My niece is in Jamaica right now,
Oh,
and with everything going on, she's got her little daughter that's only not even 2. And so her husband is over there, so she went over there. So she can't come back home. She was supposed to come home today. And so she's, I don't know what's going to happen. We can't communicate with her. But
Wow.
so we need prayers, just they're safe and everything's okay, right?
Yeah.
So
Would
she's
would someone like to lead a prayer for us to of all the things that need to be um, addressed in our lives and in the world?
I'd like to lift up all of our grandchildren, all of our family, all of our loved ones, because there's so much healing, so much pain and confusion. And a lot of times we are upset and angry about it. I have a sister that last week she was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So she's 10 years younger than I am. And so that's another thing. This week has been just one thing after another. And so I'm sure each one of you will bring up whatever it is that you have and offer it up.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, I would offer up that we are in such a transition in my home. We moved into our basement studio apartment and tried to rent our house out, and not having any luck at all in such a housing crisis. Nobody even comes and looks at it. I mean, we're so rural. And so, it's like we could rent rooms, we could rent the whole upstairs, it's separate entrances. And I have a realtor coming tonight to see if we're to sell because, financially, we just can't keep going.
Mm.
The two of us here out in the middle of nowhere. and, and Andrash is 81 and a half, and there's only one doctor in the whole county. It's an hour and a half to get to a hospital or a specialist. And it feels like we need to be closer to a university. And I don't know, I've thought about just putting everything in storage and hitting the road again.
Mm.
It's not like he's sick, we do okay if we hit the road, if we had a motorhome or something. So if we could rent the whole house out, would be more interest in renting the whole house, but we're also in a challenging location for people that are careful and in integrity to rent our home to. So, there's that concern.
Mm-hmm.
And and so we're going to find out tonight if selling is the thing to do. And that'd probably take a little while because interest rates are higher. But when they go down, people will buy, even though there's so much financial challenge. We're at a place where um, the housing prices are still low. So, so I would put that out there, and I know I've talked to several other people who have been in the do I stay or do I go um, position of the home, and and it was interesting getting to the place of being okay with not knowing, and with mother saying, "Well, start packing." So I started packing and moving things around, and yes, I don't know if I'm packing for a storage unit or to live in the basement or just what. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very difficult. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that a lot of what we're going through as individuals, like whether it's health or whatever it is, it's kind of I mean, I know with my health stuff that I've had and am working through, it feels like we're being called to a couple of things. Surrender, for one thing, which is a really hard thing for me. I mean, especially when it comes to the physical body and, you know, um, the medical system and for me personally, but whatever it is, everybody has their own thing that they, that surrender is whatever. And then another thing is that everything that we are experiencing is also being experienced in every dimension, and including Earth, including the cosmos, it's like uh, we're our fields are all like intersecting and permeating, it just feels like there's a real shift going on that level too right now. That makes any sense?
We're in
Like,
the imaginal cells and dissolving.
yeah, like the boundaries are not as they're not rigid. I mean, we kind of always knew that, but now it's like it's almost have experiencing it, and at the same time, you still have to function in the world where that's the reality.
Right.
And so there's disconnects and stuff in there, and a lot is being shaken up um, on every level.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I know that like it's hard, but I have to trust. And it's like with you, Mayana, like the total like not knowing. That's like the hardest. It could be this or this or this or this. And it could be something you haven't even thought about yet. I mean, but it sounds like you've thought about all kinds of possibilities. Like, what else could there be? But still, yeah, it's like, whoa. But it's all part of what needs to happen, I guess.
Yeah.
And to be with women who understand that is very comforting.
And we get the whole spectrum of the emotions
Yeah,
and the feelings about what we're experiencing. It's not joy and sorrow, it's like all interwoven.
right. It's all at once sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy making at times.
Yeah. Well, what keeps me going is knowing that my greatest treasures have been in the unknown. When I
Yeah,
didn't know what was coming is when something really wonderful can happen. And if I'm just open to it. So I had a really great conversation with my daughter the other morning, and I was just like, well, if this happens, I'm okay with that. And this and this and this. And she's like, well, it sounds like you're in that flow, so just let it go. It was sweet. And we will be at Guardians of the Sacred in Santa Fe. Josh and I are going. There hasn't been any much fundraising about it. We have raised $100 to help with expenses, but yeah, we're gonna go anyway. So whatever it takes. They're paying for our hotel. They're bringing us and paying for our hotel in exchange for sharing it like we are on Facebook and being a co-sponsor and doing the magazine. Kalina's putting together a special edition of Grandmothers Magazine just for Guardians of the Sacred with their wisdom keepers and everything. So that's going to be coming out soon too, but it will go to them and it won't go to our lists until they disseminate it. So we,
The, the Guardians of the Sacred, something to do with the 13 grandmothers?
Grandmother Flor de Mayo is one of the 13 grandmothers, and she's hosting this event. And yeah, we
Yeah.
just lost Unsi Rita, the one of the grandmothers. So now there are seven, eight, seven. No, there's eight on the other side, eight who've passed, and five who are still embodied. And
Yeah.
Grandmother Flor de Mayo is one of those.
Okay.
And
Because
there's
I met.
live streaming that can be done to tune in with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to look at it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all over our Facebooks.
Yeah.
We're sharing it quite regularly, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And November 20th, we'll be doing more posts after the magazine comes out, but there's an article in the magazine about connecting the dots, Earth Heart, connecting the dots. And this is a couple out of Portugal who have a map on their website like I wanted for us, but we don't have that technology yet, but I'm going to find out how. And they're inviting everybody in the world to, if you're just going to have a cup of tea with us or you're going to have a ceremony, list where you are. They are going to be physically in Brazil during the climate conference in ceremony with indigenous elders.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about in harmony with the climate conference.
Okay.
So that will be coming out, connecting the dots.
Okay.
And we're planning, we haven't developed it yet. Got to figure out how to do it to do a live stream that day for the grandmothers and just let anyone who wants to come on and share and just stay on. We really want to do that. So I'm working on figuring that out, how to do it.
Okay.
So if anybody who's watching this knows someone that can help us with that technology to make sure it can happen, that would be great. The
Yeah.
grandkids and the sons and daughters, we're waiting for the children and the grandchildren to step up and go, oh yeah, the grandmothers need help. Let me step in.
Yeah.
When grandmother Agnes Baker Pilgrim, Grandma Aggie, was the chair of the 13 Indigenous grandmothers. And she was my grandmother in Grants Pass, Oregon. She lived in Grants Pass. And not my physical grandmother, but she said I could be her granddaughter. She would be my grandma. And I had received a great big cottonwood drum that a friend had made by hand. And we were at a ceremony where in Ashland at Jackson Wellsprings, and her grandson standing there with a hairbrush and a little hand drum stood up and said, I'm going to be the first man to support the 13 Indigenous grandmothers. He's 14 years old, this boy. I was so touched. I wanted to gift them that drum for that respect, not knowing the culture or anything, because I'm kind of new to the indigenous ways, but I just let her know. I said, she said, well, they go through the women, they don't go to the boys. So, well, then you take it and you decide what to do with it. But I want I want you guys to have this in honor of what he stepped up to say. And she did receive it. So I don't know what happened after that, but she received it. But that was precious. And we need the children to step up and the grandchildren to walk with the elders and to learn from and teach because we need to learn from them. They're living in a whole different world than we are from. So,
Yeah, when we were doing the meditation over there with Amma, and we are doing a meditation for peace around the world. And then there were little kids over there, and you can hear them when we are, in silence. But all the time, it was like they were like stars, bursting up, this voice of the children. It was so wonderful, to hear them over there too. It was like the hope and the light, lights,
yeah.
when your eyes closed and you can feel, the voices and they look like lights. You can see the lights sparkling up. It was just beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah.
I never liked separating the children from the adults,
Yeah.
like at church. I didn't like that. I didn't want to send them off to
Mhm.
Bible class where you could teach them what you wanted to. I wanted them with me.
Yeah, the same is when I'm in a bus, when I hear the kids, I wanna hear them, No, sometimes maybe, you can choose them, but not all the time.
Right.
I love to hear the children here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Okay, sisters. Feels like we're coming around. Carrie, do you want to have anything you want to share?
No, that's all right. I just came to join.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here.
A little late this time, but again, I knew that's gonna happen. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, blessings each of us. I'm so grateful for the hearts that are here today and the hearts that are watching later and the hearts that are listening to the children and the hearts that are dancing in the new and the trees that are holding the field for us to connect with them. And that makes our heart coherence field even stronger. Thank you all.
Thanks, Mayana.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks for
you.
being here. Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love you, Maya.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.